Good morning. How are you? It is our very first Roll Call Mondays, where myself, Brandon,
And Logan.
put together different videos for you as a player or a dungeon master, but today is specifically for those players. On Roll Call Mondays, we'll go over different things that help the player in their aspects of playing Dungeons & Dragons. And today, I think we're talking about something that's near and dear to our hearts, which is one-on-one D&D. Something that, I don't want to say we specialize in, but something that we have really put a lot of effort and time into over the past year, and we think we could help give a little information and tidbits back to you, so that way you at home could play that game. So I think we've put together 5 pretty cool reasons that hopefully will help change your mind and enjoy one-on-one D&D. So Logan, you want to kick us off?
Absolutely, I sure do. The best thing about one-on-one D&D is that you are the core to the entire story. You shape everything that revolves, or everything in the world revolves around you. Like, it is the most self-centered way to play D&D, but it's so much fun to play it this way. What are your thoughts as a player?
Yeah, I mean, the cool part is the game is strictly about my motivations. So how I feel the game wants to go and flow, I get to put it into it. And what we've seen so far in Commander's Log is when I have a flaw, it really means something in one-on-one. Whereas kind of in a group setting, it's great to have flaws. Whenever, your party has different flaws across the board, you kind of feel it. But on one-on-one,
They stand out.
When I have a flaw, it stands out.
Oh, yeah.
Bad. Yes. So it's been a big learning curve, but it's super fun because then it makes I get to play from a whole different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because now when I lack something, I get to now get that creative freedom, to kind of adapt into that problem solving.
You also get to see how that story unfolds as just that single person,
Yeah.
as opposed to throwing your face, not like your face, but like the party's face
Right.
to go bargain. You don't have that option.
Correct.
You are the bargaining chip.
Yeah.
You don't have anybody to lean on. So no matter what aspect of the game you're playing, your character is that aspect. Whether they're good at it or bad at it, you get to play into that. Which, like you said, it gives you flaws, it gives you depth to your character.
Yeah. That's the cool part, because you get to dive in so much more, and you said it's selfishly, into your character that you don't get the opportunity, and rightfully so, when you're in a bigger party, you don't get those opportunities for the nitty-gritty little nuanced stuff that I get to do with Carson. That's the fun part about it.
You don't get to go buy pastries from your mother.
Yeah.
You don't get to, just do the sole things that take focus away from everybody else.
Right.
And puts it solely on you. You can do that in a normal game.
Right.
You might feel bad afterwards.
Correct.
In this case, there's not that chance.
Right.
Yeah. And you really can, whether your flaws are good, but whether
there are
your
good flaws and bad flaws.
Exactly, absolutely. But whether those are strong or weak, it really shapes how the game is, and you can just lean into those. If you're really bad at talking to people, that can be half of your character plot.
Yeah.
Like, how fun is that to being like, I have to navigate this world and I can't talk to people. Like, I am just a prickly cactus, or I stumble over all my words.
Yeah, or a hermit who just is a shy individual.
Yeah.
Like being able to play that and kind of feel out that, where you don't have that crutch of that charismatic sorcerer to step in, or that charismatic bard to just gradually walk through saying grandiosely, hello, look at me, I'll take care of this, step aside.
Yeah.
You have to feel those moments. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, which I think kind of takes us into the second point, which is you get to be super creative, and I think I hit on this a second ago. You get to be creative adapting to your problem solving.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So,
not only is nothing going to be a straightforward answer,
right,
but moreover, you have to play into what your character can get into, not what the whole party can do. This person can climb and drop down a rope, and then this person can teleport, and it's whatever you have at your disposal. Your full character sheet is everything that you have. No
Correct.
more, no less.
Right.
But you can really run with that. Like, whatever you want, you and the DM want your character to be capable of. You truly can encompass that through the special training. You can really emphasize training in these times. If you wanted your character to get better at one thing, you and your character can set that time aside away from that. So if you consistently run into this problem of, I cannot get past this, no matter how creative I am, I have to get better so my character can get better. It really lets you grow as a character.
And I think that also highlights the creativeness of the opportunity to be creative that you get as a player, because you kind of hinted that you have just your player sheet sitting in front of you, and this is from top to bottom is what you have, but at the same time you have a whole say a blank sheet on the back that is just the creative freedom that you have on what directions in that moment that you get to take your character, that you are pinholed in a group setting. So saying, like, when you have a rogue, he is your go-to guy when it comes to the pickpockets. Lockpicking, thank you. Or a cleric who's healing, or a bard who is the charismatic individual, or a ranger who's your survivalist. Like, now you get to help pinhole your character, which you might not have ever thought I'd ever take maybe a fighter down a healing route, but there's something that you feel that pull in your characters who has that opportunity to grow in that section that you would have never had in a one-on-one setting. And now all of a sudden when you look back on your campaign, you go, dang, that's so cool that Jon Snow was able to go from this cool fighter, to this awesome like fighter mix of a little bit of healing or a little bit of magic or a little bit of lock picking when he's just like this big bolster strength based character.
Right.
So it helps that void is open.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying.
You can see the flaws you have.
Yeah.
And you can really think on ways that you can handle those differently, or how your character can overcome them.
Yeah.
And that really boils down to however you and your DM handle that situation.
Absolutely.
Like, the biggest thing through one-on-one DMing, and we both experience this, is you have to communicate.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, all right, well, let's just pack it up for the day. Like, you have to touch base with your characters afterwards, like before, during, after. How is this going? Are you enjoying the story? Is there different directions you want to take? This might be coming up soon. Is this something you're interested in? Is this something you want to completely stray away from? So just communicating with your dungeon master on what direction you want to go, but what direction your character wants to go. Two different opposing views there, because what your character wants is not always what you want.
Sure. And I mean, I guess that goes to the same point, is that goes for both ways. Just being able to openly communicate when you're in a one-on-one setting, it's so important that both players are working, player and dungeon master are working together. Mm-hmm. So as a player, you have that agency to say, hey DM, I'm kind of feeling like I would like to do this. What are your thoughts? Can we work this into the game? And in a one-on-one D&D setting, you get that opportunity, hopefully DM willing, that you're able just to flow that way, because you were open and creative and communicated with that. Instead of just letting the story and you don't have to worry about a party kind of like progressing the story, you get to move that chess piece, so
and we've really talked about this all the time,
as I said,
but
we kind of tied it in
perfectly. Point 3 of why one-on-one D&D changes everything is you have true creative freedom. The world is your sandbox. The creative bounds of that sandbox is just yourself and the DM, and what story you guys can write together. I
think that is the epitome. If there was a gold star next to one of our 5 points, it would be this. Just because I think everybody that plays Dungeons and Dragons, from a player's perspective, you create this cool player or this cool character, and you go, man, I can't wait to go on these awesome adventures with this. I can't wait to see how they progress. Well, tying back, to the selfishness of playing it, it's not selfish when you're by yourself. So like being able to now change out selfish for creative, now you just get to be creative, get creative freedom and go, okay, I want to be the good guy, or I want to kind of be a middle line, and I just want to go adventure and do these cool things and then tie the story later. And like, I can see one-on-one D&D games these are the games that could last easily for a couple of years, because you're with one of your best friends playing this game and you guys are just having so much fun creating this we always talk about it being like a novel, like where D&D's, you're just writing a new chapter, and one-on-one D&D is that creative freedom. I think that is just the epitome of it.
Absolutely.
You're just writing a book together that you will look back and go, dang, this was awesome. We wrote this cool story that we webbed together because we were both so creative in this opportunity that we got to just build off each other.
And that's truly the best part of it is like D&D is always a collaborative storytelling, but in this aspect, there is 100% transparency.
Yeah.
Not transparency in the story, the DMs can still hold the cards, but
absolutely
the driving factor of it is it's a sole focus. The DM doesn't drive the story, it is just the player at that point. So any direction they go is truly their own. They're not relying on a unanimous vote or a show of hands. It's just whichever way your heart desires goes at that time. Nobody's going to tell you no. You just go for it.
Which I guess kind of, we're really leading into every moment in this, which I think really leads us to the fourth point, which is you embrace the storytelling. You give the opportunity for the storytelling to exist, and you have that opportunity. Whereas, when you're in a group setting, sometimes those moments can get skipped because, person 1, 2, and 3 have all been kind of communicating, and there's this beautiful moment. Well, person 4 and 5 maybe or 6 are wanting to, like, they haven't spoken for a little bit, and they would like to be able to have the opportunity to play games, which by all means, But in this time, you have, and we've had it, through, the 20 episodes we've done, 20 plus, that when we have those quiet moments where they're super heartfelt, and we've had heavy moments, it's okay to take those moments in. And I think we've both felt the raw emotion sometimes, just more naturally in this setting than we do in, some of the other games we play. Yeah. So it's interesting.
It's truly, like, I guess freeing, it might be the word, like emotionally to role play just one-on-one. If you're at a table setting, it can get, I'm not going to say like awkward, you can still put yourself out there, but when you're giving 100% and the player right next to you is on their phone or not interested, they look completely out of it, bored, waiting for their turn, like you can tell that your story moment is just an impedance to theirs, it doesn't condone you to role play more.
Sure.
It condones you to stop.
No.
And here it's like that's all there is.
Well, I'm sure everybody can probably, anyone that's played Dungeons & Dragons has those moments,
Mm-hmm.
You have moments where it's been a long day or whatever have you, and somebody's just not quite feeling it that night, but you're really into it, in that one-on-one setting. I hope you're into it because it's just you. So like you get to play.
One of you might be having fun, the other one might not be.
Yeah. So hopefully you and the DM are both in that same category of wanting to have fun. But I think if you get down, you get at the table with your best friend or a loved one or somebody that wants to play for the first time, and like I could see where I envision, you take your younger brother or somebody, or a sibling, and like this is how you introduce them to D&D.
Oh yeah.
And you just get to every weeknight or every other, once a week you get to play with your little brother or older sister or older brother, whatever have you, and you guys get to just do this little one-on-one. I think that'd be a blast.
Oh, it would be such a special game too. Just like it's just a true nice moment sharing just something truly unique with one other person.
Yeah.
Can't say anything like it. So.
Which I think kind of takes us into
very last point. Yeah. So 5. Point number 5 here, Dungeons and Dragons one-on-one, most importantly, is collaborative.
Yeah.
It's not competitive at all.
Which I will be the first to tell you from firsthand experience. It is easy kind of to catch the competitive vibes a little bit. We play a very kind of special game, which we will hit on this Friday, actually, so tune back in for the DM side of this. But we play very much like we're co-authors, because that's how we wanted to play, by all means. And so, like, when you want to feel certain beats as a player, you can kind of feel like, oh man, I wanted to be that one, to do that. And so I've had to take a step back and go, oh no, what Logan just did there was awesome. This is us telling a story together. Like, he just made me so much more impactful to the situation because of that choice to do that. And it is a different change, you know, because normally in a group setting, a DM isn't playing somebody, but maybe a sidekick. So it is a little bit of a difference, and it's super fun to be able to be part of a table where you get to play a character as well, and I get to interact with that character.
Oh yeah,
it's
absolutely.
really fun from that perspective.
Which really, like, the character that I play as is truly collaborative in this aspect. Like, you're not the sole focus. You know, you are not a DMPC. You are just a helpful hand to the other person, along for the ride, essentially, is the best way I've found to play that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you still have your motivations. You still have what makes your character. So it's just leaning into the other one, building off of their moments with your moments, with a character that truly supports theirs, not outcompetes them, doesn't shine, just complements them.
No, and I think you've done a great job with that. That's what makes it super fun.
Well, I appreciate that.
So,
I can't tell you how much fun I've had here playing one-on-one D&D.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
No. There's our 5 reasons you should try it too.
Here's a bonus one for you. Scheduling conflicts.
Oh,
Hey, Brandon, can you play on Monday?
yes.
Done deal.
We're playing. So maybe that's the gold star. There's our honorable mention. Schedule conflicts are pretty much no longer there. Because it's just when you two can find time for it.
Yeah.
And we do excel maybe a little on, like, the sessions don't have to be as long. Maybe it's a little extra point here, but you accomplish so much more in such a smaller time frame. So an hour and a half to 2 hour games are so impactful.
Yeah.
Compared to a 4 hour session in a group setting.
You can really truck through storyline.
Yeah.
And with just 2 people.
So
going back and forth.
Guys, that's our first Roll Call Mondays. Thanks for tuning in to the 5+ reasons now that you should play one-on-one D&D.
Moreover, make sure you guys get in the comments and continue this conversation. Tell us if you've tried one-on-one D&D. If you haven't, tell us who you're going to be trying it with.
Yeah, tag them.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to hear your thoughts.
And hey, you should tune in on Friday, because we're going to hit this.
Man, how could I forgot?
From the opposite side, and hit it from the DM's perspective, and to help give a little bit of tidbits and help those DMs out there that want to do this same exact thing.
Yep.
So don't forget.
Tune in.
On Wednesdays for Commander's Log.
Or Fridays for DM's Roll Call.
Until then, we'll see you later. See you.